what is going on with Asking Alexandria? Because I have notice for, or I get alerts for Rockfeed, and I saw this Asking Alexandria bassist apologize after Warped Tour Backlash. Huh?
Asking Alexandria recently performed at the Warped Tour 30th anniversary kickoff in Washington.
Also, shout out to Rockfeed, motherfucking GOAT, best news person for metal.
Washington, D.C. And as part of this performance, it was broadcast on Amazon Prime. Now, footage of that performance that was broadcast has made its way online, with a number of fans criticizing the band over the performance, and even apparently one member of the band responded with an apology online. Now, a lot of this centers on the vocal performance from vocalist Danny Worsnop, who
has been known. It's sad to say. Asking Alexandria, from my perspective, Asking Alexandria performance live-wise nowadays, I feel like the vocalist has lost their spark in the love of music.
Who is a fantastic vocalist. Of course, it's
or in those specific classic songs from Asking Alexandria that they perform.
Possible he just could have been having an off night, but a lot of fans wondering if there's more beneath the surface happening with this band. Asking Alexandria,
they do it quite frequently.
At the center of some online backlash, and it's focused on the band's recent performance at Warped Tour in DC. After their set, social media exploded with criticism, and it's gotten to the point where even a member of the band appears to have responded. Now, the whole thing kicked off after that headlining set at the 30th anniversary of the band's Warped Tour on June 14th. With it being a milestone event, all eyes were on the band, and for a lot of fans, the performance unfortunately didn't deliver. This comes after founding guitarist Ben Bruce announced he was stepping away from the band. In January, he said he needed to dedicate his life to family, which already had a lot of fans feeling uncertain about the group's future. The reaction online to the Warped Tour set was immediate.
He's basically the brains of the band.
On Reddit, one fan laid it out pretty bluntly, saying, Asking Alexandria is done for. We've all known it, but I'm pretty sure after that Warped Tour performance that they're going to disband, or we're going to see some people leave. They went on to add, it's crazy to me how Danny is just pulling a Vince Neil in his mid-30s. What happened to him? That sentiment was echoed by some others, with another fan even calling for a lineup change, saying they seriously need to get a new vocalist. Dennis was definitely shifting them in a right direction, but unfortunately he was problematic. I could think of 100 people who would want to be their vocalist.
Is that why he left?
Just kick Danny out already. A number of other commenters pointed out what they perceived as a lack of enthusiasm for Worsnop about being on the road in the first place. One commenter said, they're so bad live, Danny does not want to be touring. He said it himself. And obviously with Ben Bruce being absent from that touring lineup, it hits the fans even harder. The situation apparently was serious enough that Asking Alexandria's bassist Sam Betley took to Instagram to address fans directly. In a very short and simple post, he just wrote, I'm sorry. For a band that doesn't usually respond to performance critiques online, it was a pretty big statement. It suggests they're hearing the fan backlash loud and clear, and he might even agree with some of that criticism. Now, all of this obviously raises questions about what happened with that performance. I think it's possible that he could have just had an off night. He's a great vocalist, but there were moments in the set where they were obviously just blasting vocals, screaming vocals to the crowd, weren't even attempting to mime along with it. You saw that towards the end of their set. Here's a little bit from that performance that has led to fan criticism online towards Asking Alexandria. So it's obviously hard to determine what exactly happened here with this set, whether he was...
At least he's screaming.
So it's obviously hard to determine what exactly happened here with this set, whether he was just not feeling well that day, and that is perfectly understandable. Everybody has an off night on stage, or if there's something more beneath the surface happening here, whether there's a lack of enthusiasm, who knows, but certainly we'll be able to tell from the band shows going forward. I've always thought Asking Alexandria is a really good band, and for that matter, Danny Worsnop is a great vocalist. So hopefully they can stick through in this situation, but let me know what you all think down in the comments. That's your latest update here from Rockfeed. Shout out to the Feed fam for all your support. I've got all the members up on the screen. Of course, it's possible he just could have been having an off night.
I just
A
feel
lot of fans
like
wondering.
Danny has said in the past that he does not like screaming anymore. And when there's a screaming moment in the song, I feel like he intentionally doesn't he doesn't properly do those vocals because I mean he just doesn't want to, which is kind of crazy. Um um he doesn't really enjoy that a lot, that he left the band to pursue a different style of music with I think the band was called We Are the Harlots or We the Harlots or some shit like that. So I get why he wouldn't want to do it, but you know, I feel like then why tour? For me, I've always wanted to see Asking Alexandria in person, but I've seen so many different performances where that's Danny is pretty much that's what he does all the time. He doesn't do the vocals quite he doesn't do them quite often. He usually like half asses it to the point where me personally I wouldn't go watch Asking Alexandria because I feel like it would just be disappointing in my opinion. So this is definitely not the only time that Askin has done I guess half ass performances. So I don't know. Hopefully they switch it up because I love them, but they're not the same anymore. If I'm being honest.